السلام عليكم. حسام زملط سافر الفلسطيني في لندن، معروف عليه بواحد يعني يواجه بكل قوة وسائل الإعلام الغربية وأكبر وسائل الإعلام الغربية بحال سكاي نيوز، بحال سي ان ان الأمريكية. في هاد الفيديو هذا عنده لقاء مع سي ان ان الأمريكية. فكريستيان أمان اللي هي المذيعة المشهورة في سي ان ان، ومعروفة عليها بالمراوغات ديالها وبالحنكة ديالها في المقابلات الصحفية. حاولت أنها في هذا الفيديو هذا باش تلقي اللوم على الفلسطينيين عوض الكيان الصهيوني. وكان الجواب ديال فخامة السفير حسام زملط يعني جواب ذكي. ودائما كانت هي تتحاول انه تخرجوا يعني التحكم في الاعصاب ديالو. يعني دائما تيبغيو هي معروف عنها، انا كنت شفت لها بزاف ديال يعني الندوات الصحفيه، انها جريئه وذكيه في نفس الوقت، تحاول انها باش تخرجك على التحكم ديالك. فكانت دائما بغات يعني تحطه في موقف محرج، بحال شنو رايك في القتلى، هل تدين حماس. فهي شدت القضيه الفلسطينيه واحتكرتها على حماس، يعني قارنتها بحماس باش تجنب في نفس الوقت، باش تجنب انها باش تعترف بان على حق المقاومه الفلسطينيه على حق، وفي نفس الوقت باش تجبر الخصم ديالها اللي هو حسام فخامة السفير حسام زملط باش يدين حماس. لكن كان ذكي كما عودنا عليه، وبصراحة أنا تنتبع له يعني الندوات ديالو الصحفيه اللي تيديرها مع كبرى الشبكات الاعلاميه العالميه الغربيه. وفي نفس الوقت عنده واحد الجرأه، واحد الشجاعه، وانسان متمكن وما تيفلتش، ما تيفلتولوش الاعصاب ديالو. غنخليكم مع الفيديو.
What Hamas did inside Israel to Israeli civilians. There are dead and there are hostages.
First and foremost, the Western media must really abandon this framework that has gotten us to where we are today.
Okay, but I just want to know, do you support the killing of civilians?
Of course not, of course not, of course not.
So do you condemn that?
The loss of civilian life is tragic in all sides, and what is happening is extremely worrying and very tragic. As we speak, the loss of lives, you've counted 70 Israeli deaths, there is more than 200 Palestinian deaths so far, more than 1,600. Entire residential compounds are being wiped out. This is a war crime committed by Israel. What is more tragic, or equally tragic, is the blindness and the deafness of the world and the international community for so many years, of the warnings we have been saying that this was coming. Israel knew that this was coming their way. We, the National Movement of Palestine, the PLO, have found a different path 30 years ago. We have committed to what the world asks us: recognize Israel, commit to negotiations and non-violence, and to international legitimacy and resolution. Israel was expected to do one thing only: roll back its occupation, stop its colonial settlement expansion. Not one day it did so, killing the prospects of a two-state solution. And the world was expected to do one thing, Christian: uphold international law equally on everybody, on Ukraine, on Palestine. And the world fails to do that.
So now
no
what?
accountability. Now
هذه نقطة جد مهمة فاش يذكر أوكرانيا. يعني حتى أنا مع عدة زملاء ديالي في العمل، إيطاليين ولا أوكران ولا من جنسيات أخرى غربية، تنطرق معهم لهذه القضية هذه. تنقول لهم علاش أبواب أوروبا تفتحت للاجئين مثلا الأوكرانيين، وواحد المساعدات جد خياليه، وواحد الدعم خيالي للشعب الاوكراني داخل اوكرانيا، وسواء بالاسلحه او بالمواد، بكل شيء. وهنا يعني تختلف الوضع، الكفه على الفلسطينيين.
every single political avenue is blocked, every single legal avenue for us is blocked, like the ICJ, the International Court of Justice. You've heard what the US said, or the UK said.
But I want to know what happens now. What happens now?
It's
There's
a
war
consequence.
that Israel has declared after Palestinian militants, who I don't think you're friends. Hamas is not a supporter of the Palestinian Authority. There's a war, and as you say, there's going.
شوفوا هنا على سؤال جدا، دقوا معايا في هذا السؤال هذا. هنا بغات تخرجوا على يعني من العباءة الفلسطينية، يعني انت ماشي فلسطيني، فهمتي؟ يعني اذا بغيتي تكون فلسطيني عليك الاختيار، اما ان تدين حماس، لان حماس جبدت له هذه النقطة هذه، لان حماس ما تدعمش السلطة الفلسطينية.
To be a massive escalation.
There is a war. You see, we're having this conversation because Israelis have seen what they have seen today, but my people see this every day. Every single day. Palestinians are targeted, killed, arrested, surrounded, their land is confiscated, their holy places are desecrated. Not only Muslims but Christians. You have been following what is happening in the Al-Aqsa Mosque and in our Christian churches, the spitting on Christian worshippers. Our people have been seeing apartheid being enforced on them over the last years, and the land is being taken, and the hope for a political solution that will fulfill their rights dissipating. And therefore, this is what we need to discuss.
Fine. Yeah, I know. But I mean, as you know, neither the Israeli political spectrum nor the United States nor anybody, it's like the Palestinian issue doesn't exist anymore. The two-state solution tried, the diplomacy is on deep freeze. Can I first ask you, though, before we get to there, what triggered this attack? It's on a certain date, it's 50 years to the date just about. Before, 50 years ago it was October 6th, Yom Kippur. Egypt, Syria launched a surprise attack on Israel. What do you think triggered this? And it was a very sophisticated Hamas attack.
I don't know. I really, really don't know. What I know is that it was a matter of when, not if. We've been shouting every day, don't leave a vacuum. Don't unheed what we are saying. Pay attention. Don't underestimate people's desire for freedom, for ending the bondage and captivity. Pay attention to the destruction that Israel is doing. Make sure that these supremacists in the Israeli government are not going to turn the whole thing upside down.
Do you
and therefore, this is not about timing and all that. This is about the fact that we discuss everything except the core thing, the fundamental issue, the root causes. And we've been doing this for 75 years. One sentence. You know that 70% of the population in Gaza, the Palestinians, are refugees since the Nakba of 1948. You know that they have been under besiegement since 2007, the biggest open-air prison. This is what leads to events that you want to discuss.